The woman poured wax into the crevices of her fingernails, then pressed diamonds into them. She picked up her glasses to observe carefully. The diamonds fit perfectly flush with her nails. She clocked out from work as usual. Unexpectedly, a diamond fell out. The crisp sound drew everyone's attention. The general manager picked it up to examine. It was indeed a diamond from their company. Realizing her theft was exposed, the woman slowly opened her hands. Her fingernails were stuffed with diamonds. Security immediately took her away. The woman suddenly opened her eyes. It turned out to be a nightmare. She always dared to imagine but not to act. Until one day, Lucy accidentally met Jack the janitor. From him she learned she was about to be fired by her boss. To prevent leaks, the boss was planning to blacklist her. No competitor would be able to hire her. Lucy was shocked after hearing this. She secretly went to HR to check the records, and indeed found her own file. She met Jack privately. Jack had been a janitor for half his life. Looking at his approaching retirement, he decided to do something big: steal a thermos full of diamonds. Just a small portion of tons of diamonds. The diamond company wouldn't notice. Plus he knew the security doors patterns. After work at night, the area around the vault was completely empty. Even if he stripped naked and danced, no one would discover him. Upon hearing this, Lucy immediately wanted to join. As the only female manager at the diamond company, she had always worked diligently to be promoted to general manager. At 38, Lucy remained single, but even so, she couldn't get any promotion opportunities just because she was a woman. In London in the 1960s, women's status hadn't yet been respected, so the manager position was still held by a man, despite him being less capable than Lucy in every way. This thoroughly aroused Lucy's fighting spirit. She and Jack hit it off immediately. First, they needed to get the vault's password. The password changed every month, but the boss had a habit. To prevent forgetting the password, he would write it on a note. The diamond company happened to be hosting an evening party. Lucy sneaked into the boss's room, searching for the password note. At that moment, footsteps came from outside. She quickly hid in the attic. She saw the boss open the safe in the bookcase and put the password note inside. Lucy took everything in. After the boss left, she used a handkerchief to turn the safe dial, successfully obtaining the password. But unexpectedly, the diamond company had installed surveillance. Lucy was frightened and found Jack, deciding to stop the theft plan, but they soon discovered a loophole. The surveillance technology at that time was still imperfect, with no storage function, so they couldn't review the footage. The diamond company had 8 cameras in total, but the monitoring room could only display 4 screens at once. Jack noted down the screen switching times, calculating in total. He had 60 seconds to enter the vault, and had to cross more than 40 meters of corridor. For 74-year-old Jack, this seemed like an impossible task, but he still wanted to try. First pushing his cart to the surveillance blind spot. When the screen switching time passed, Jack limped toward the vault. He quickly entered the password, but the door didn't budge at all. Jack had to steady his right hand and rotate the combination lock again. By now the surveillance screen had switched. Jack's actions were completely visible. Fortunately, the security guard was eating and hadn't noticed yet. Just as he was about to look up, Lucy called on the phone. The guard turned to answer.
Lewis? Hello?
Meanwhile, Jack successfully entered the vault. Looking at the diamonds piled like a small mountain, he couldn't help but smile with satisfaction. In less than a moment, Jack pushed his cleaning cart away. When he got home, he emptied the tea leaves from his thermos, took out fine wine and drank it down. The next day the diamond company was in chaos. The directors gathered to discuss the matter. All management was called to the underground vault. The moment the door opened, Lucy stood shocked in place. A full 2 tons of diamonds had completely disappeared overnight. The boss brought in investigators. There was no sign of damage around the vault. The investigators had no clues. At this point, the boss received an anonymous letter demanding 100 million ransom. In exchange for revealing the diamond's location, the boss contacted the insurance company, wanting them to cover the 100 million ransom. But the fat man who made his fortune by refusing claims didn't want to pay a penny. He leaked news of the diamond theft. Many reporters surrounded the diamond company. Seeing this, the boss became anxious, fell down the stairs and died. Meanwhile, Lucy privately found Jack, wanting to ask about the diamond's whereabouts, but Jack told her not to worry. Everything would fall into place. Investigators discovered their interactions and decided to break through Lucy, falsely claiming they found her fingerprints and were following up with investigation. Under enormous pressure, Lucy went to the restroom to calm down, but accidentally dropped a diamond into the drain. She disassembled the sink pipe. Looking at the diamond in her hand, Lucy suddenly realized something. She pried open a manhole cover next to the diamond company. Sure enough, diamonds were gleaming in the sewer. At this moment, Jack Jack appeared with a gun and threatened Lucy not to make any moves. They sat face to face. He slowly explained what had happened. That night, after Jack entered the vault, he began frantically stealing, pushing diamonds into the bucket. Finding it too slow, he lifted a box of diamonds directly, dumping them into the garbage bin on his cart. Then, timing the surveillance perfectly, he pushed the cart to the tool room, removed the water pipe, replaced it with a fire hose to speed up the diamond flow, then fixed it with pliers and turned the water flow to maximum. Piles of diamonds flowed down into the sewer. When Jack got tired from lifting, he would eat a sandwich to regain strength. Looking at the huge diamonds, he contemptuously threw them into the bucket. After several trips back and forth, he finally emptied the vault of diamonds. But Jack didn't do this for money. He did it to avenge his wife. 30 years ago, his wife was seriously ill. They wanted to use medical insurance for reimbursement, but the insurance company deliberately delayed, leading to his wife's unfortunate death. The person in charge at the time was the Fat Man. He built his fortune by stepping on poor people's insurance claims. Little did he know retribution would come quickly. The insurance company learned the Fat Man leaked the news. To protect their reputation, they decided to make the Fat Man pay the $100 million compensation. His hard-earned wealth instantly vanished. The Fat Man couldn't accept the blow, and eventually took his own life. When the ransom payment deadline arrived, Jack turned and left. After he was gone, Lucy contacted the police. She became the diamond company's hero. The investigators finally concluded the diamond theft was entirely Jack's doing. With no connection to Lucy, the diamond company decided to promote Lucy, but she declined the promotion and submitted her resignation. A week later, Lucy received a bank notification. Her account had an additional $100 million deposit. She knew it was from Jack, but due to her guilt, Lucy didn't want to use the money. She began traveling to various charitable causes. Until 40 years later, Lucy spent the last penny, and the guilt in her heart disappeared with it. She felt unprecedented lightness, as if she had returned to her youth. Walking with light steps, she disappeared into the crowd.